Hello and welcome to the last video for the Pocketful of Poems project. At this point, we should have every page completed up until the last page, which is Tongue Twisters. So that's the title page, the What Bugs Me poems, which wrote two of them, the picture poem, and the two descriptive poems. So today we're working on the last page, which is the tongue twister page. So if any of those other pages for you are not complete, you should stop this video here and go back and finish those first before continuing on. Okay, so today we're going to do a tongue twister, and tongue twisters are slightly different than all the other poems in that it's not necessary for them to rhyme, but what we're looking for is that the beginning sounds of as many words as possible are the same. So for instance, with this sample one up here, it's Wacky Wanda. Wacky Wanda washed a wiggly walrus in the wind on Wednesday for Wally. So you can see all of these W words here that make this a tongue twister. So the more words you have with the same beginning sound, the harder it is to say. So another example would be Peter Piper. So if you know the Peter Piper one, so Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, it's again, all those beginning sounds that are the same. So you're looking to create your own poem here with beginning sounds, and you're going to use your own name. So the thing that I want you to remember is that it's beginning sounds, not necessarily letters. So if you think of a word like Kate, Kate is spelled K-A-T-E, but Kate has the K sound. So you can use K's or you can use hard C's. So I could use a word like cut, like Kate cuts cake, because it all has the K sound. So again, it's not about the letter, it's about the sound that it makes. So we're going to start with your name. So the very first thing you're going to say is who. So whatever your name is, that's what you're going to do. And you're going to try to come up with a descriptive word. So for me, my name is Miss Maytag. So I have this nice MM. So I want to think of a word that is a descriptive word that could describe me that starts with an M. So maybe marvelous Miss Maytag, or magical Miss Maytag, or mighty Miss Maytag. So you're looking for any words that have that beginning letter. So I'm going to use magical Miss Maytag. So you're going to do yours. So maybe your name is Joe. So you can have like Jolly Joe or Joyous Joe. Or if your name is, let's see, Sally, you can have Surprising Sally or Silly Sally. So if you're looking for a word that describes you and you're having a hard time thinking of a descriptive word, you can do a quick Google search. So if you leave this open and you click the plus sign to open a new tab, we can actually do a quick Google search. So yours will look like this. You can do a quick Google search for an adjective. So adjectives are words that describe. So let's say, for instance, one of the hard one is like a name that starts with E. So if your name's like Evie or Evelyn, that's a hard word to think of, a descriptive word. So maybe you say adjectives that start with E. So you can look for whatever letter you're looking for, and they're going to give you a bunch of options here. You can look at more of them. So we have eccentric Evie, or eerie Evie. If I look at some more, maybe there's like exciting Evie. Let's see, what are the other ones that they give us? Okay, electric Evie, empathic Evie. Excellent Evie. So you'll be able to find some words or letters that start. So let's say your name starts with T. So you're like, all right, I can't think of any T words. So I'm going to say adjectives that start with T. So this is what you're going to do if you get stuck thinking of a word. Talented Tim, talkative Tim, tall Tim. So whatever it is that you're using for the letter, remember, it has to start with the same letter as your name. Okay, so pause here. Go ahead and create your first who for your name. All right, now we're doing the same thing. What did I do? So we're going to think of a verb that starts with my letter. So my letter's M. So maybe I mashed many mulberries, or made a million mud pies, or something along those lines. So again, it's a verb. So if you get stuck thinking of it, instead of looking up adjectives with the letter that you're looking for, we're going to say verbs. So for me, I'm going to say verbs that start with M. Let's see what kind of verbs they show me. Magnetize, magnify, make, made. Let's see. English word starting with M. Man, managed, mangled. So there's lots. There's lots that I can choose from. Marred, which means to mark up. Marked, mashed, masked. So let's say, I'm going to say, what did I do? I made. And then you have to think of what did you need a couple more words. So I'm going to say made many mud pies. If you're John, maybe you juggled giant jelly beans. If you're Tim, maybe you talked to Tina. So you're just thinking of a couple of words, again, that start with that letter that starts your name. And we're looking for a verb to begin. Okay, go ahead and do that now and then come back to the video. Okay, the next thing that you need to do is where. Where did this happen? Okay, so again, thinking of words that start with M. So I can have mountain, I can have mall, I can be on Mars. Tongue twisters tend to be silly. So you always want to start with some sort of prepositional phrase. So you can say in the mall, on Mars, on a mountain, something like that. So I'm going to say on a mountain. So again, if you're Tim, maybe you're on a tugboat. I don't know, something along those lines. So you're just trying to think of a word that starts with your letter. So go ahead and put where that happened for you. All right, now we're going to do when did it happen. So now this is a trickier one. So when can be, what did they use? They had on Wednesday. Or you can have like on, for me, Mother's Day. That starts with an M. Or we can say on Memorial Day. Or we can say in the morning, because that's a time too. A good one to do is if you're thinking of an actual time. So like Tim, maybe Tim did it at 2 o'clock because that has the T sound. So I'm going to say on Monday. So Magical Miss Maytag made many mud pies on a mountain on Monday. And then why is the last one. So right now I want you to go back and we're going to figure out what time you did yours, okay, with your letter. So again, if your name starts with T, this has to start with T. If your name starts with V, this has to start with V. Okay, go ahead and do that now and then come back to it. All right, last one is why. Everybody's going to start the why the same. Everybody's going to start with because, and then you're going to tell me why. A good thing to do is kind of repeat these two lines if you get stuck. So maybe because Magical Miss Maytag loves mud pies, something like that. You can kind of combine those two things, or you can make up your own that starts with those letters as all. I'm going to say because Magical Miss Maytag marvels over mud pies. Okay. Apparently that wants to be 2 words. Okay. So you can do whatever you want that works with your particular poem here. But again, the big thing is that the majority of the words that you use start with the same letter. So for me, it's M. For you, it might be T, whatever your name starts with. So just to show you one more time, I'm going to do a real quick one. I'm going to say for Tim, I'm going to pretend my name's Tim. I'm going to say tall Tim talked to 20 tigers, that starts with a T, on, or how about, on a tugboat at 2 o'clock because tall Tim adores tigers. Something along those lines, okay? So this is just another example if your name was Tim. So your poem should be your name with your letters, the best that you can do. Okay, and again, don't be afraid to go and Google search letter, different words that start with your letter if you get stuck thinking of words that you need. And then as always, once you are done your poem, you're going to go ahead and format all the font. So I'm going to say, pick a format, pick a a font that I like. So let's say this one. I'm going to pick a size that's pretty big, but not crazy. I really don't like the color red, so I'm going to change this to this kind of cool purpley color. And then I'm going to insert an image. So again, clicking off of it before you insert your image. Insert image from a search. And I wonder if they have pictures of mud pies. Let's look. I haven't looked before. Mud pies. If you hear that crying in the background, that's my puppy. I'm sorry. All right, so you know what? There's no mud pie, so I'm going to look up a mountain instead because mountains are definitely something that I mentioned in my poem and I can use. So let's use that one. And I'm going to insert it in. And just like we've done with all the others, make sure you're shrinking from the corner resizing handle and that you're changing your text wrap to this middle one where it says wrap text. And then I am able to move my picture to where I want it to be so that my words wrap around it like so. Okay, so once you have completed your poem, your formatting of your font, and you're adding your picture in, you can then close this because it does auto-save. Please make sure that you then turn it in. So if you need to go into the assignment here, click turn in so that I know that it's done. That's how I know that it's ready to be graded. And then that's the end of this project. And we will be moving on to something new next week. You have until Friday to finish this. So if you are running a little bit behind, that's fine. Just try to get this in to me and turned in by the end of the day on Friday. All right. If you have any other questions, as always, just send me some comments and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And I hope you have a good time creating your tongue twisters.